shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? In the morning.
Welcome to another episode of Three Sheets to the Wind, and I'm Fuzz.
I'm Sithe.
And today we're going to review Tattoo.
Captain Morgan Tattoo. It's a darker spiced, sitting at 35% alcohol.
Hey, but that's not what the website says.
No, indeed it isn't.
The website says it's 40% alcohol. Shame on you, Captain Morgan. 35. Right there. Can you see that? Captain Morgan, we're talking to you. Right that ship. Anyway, our first thing we're going to do is we're going to sniff the rum. Let's take a sniff. Tell me how it smells. I'm gonna think about this for a second.
See, I find that it has a mild mix between almost a caramel and cherry.
Ooh, cherry. I can smell cherry. Yes, cherry. Definitely a fruit.
Yep.
A very interesting rum. I mean, I haven't smelled something like this before. This is from Sithe's collection here. So, I've never had it before. So it does smell very interesting. Out of 5, Sithe, what do you give it?
Well, it's definitely a very tasty smell. It doesn't have any harshness. It doesn't have like a real kick to it when you smell. It's very smooth. And it definitely has one of those curious smells.
Yeah. When you open the bottle the first time, I'm like, oh, I can smell that from here, kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's not like it's a bad smell. I kind of enjoy it. I'd have to say 4.5.
No halves.
No halves.
You can give it 5. No halves.
I can only go to a 4 then. I can't give it a 5 because I've definitely smelt stuff that makes my mouth water more than this.
Okay, and I give it a 4 as well.
All right. So
the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a shot. Oh, let's see how this goes. Well, it doesn't burn as bad, but you can definitely taste the cherry.
yeah.
I'm going to give this a 4 as well. A 4
See,
as
it's
well.
definitely a nice.
It's a smooth rum.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't say wow. You know what I mean?
No, it's not a. This is something I'd sit down and I'd pour a glass of and just drink out the glass.
No. Would you pour it over ice?
Maybe. It's definitely. I have to lean more towards a mixing for me.
Okay.
This isn't one of those ones that I'd sit down and I'd pour a glass of and just throw it on the rocks and enjoy.
So out of 5, what would you give it?
I'd give it for shooting. I'd give it about a 3.
A 3?
I'd give it a 3 for shooting.
Okay. Yeah, and I said 4. It's not too bad. All right, so we're going to come back and we're going to do rum and cokes right after this.
All right, welcome back to 3 Shots to the Wind with Fuzz and Sithe. We currently have our 2 shots of Captain Morgan Tattoo, 35%, mixed with Coke Zero, 1 cup.
We're scientific, yo!
To keep things nice and organized and strategic like my wife would want us to.
Go wife!
So, now, as I said, it's mixed. So,
Cheers.
cheers.
Tastes like cherry Coke.
Yeah. So,
Alcoholic cherry Coke.
so if you're a cherry Coke type fan, you'd probably rate that quite high if you really enjoyed it because it tastes like cherry Coke.
Do you enjoy cherry Coke?
Not anymore.
Different story, different time.
Different story when I was much younger and much stupider and there was a Dare cherry Coke and a thing of coffee.
Never mind, I'm not going to get into it. We only have limited time. Anyway, out of 5, what would you rate this rum and Coke?
again, I'm not really a cherry Coke fan, so I can only, again, I'm down to about a 3, which is kind of sad because it's a very tasty rum, but due to past experience, I can only give it that 3, but it does go down extremely smooth.
It does. I'm not a very big cherry Coke fan. I don't like it at all, actually. I'm gonna give this a 2. I don't taste the rum. There's 2 shots in there. I'm gonna give it a 2.
It's if it was, it's much like Danger Rum in this sense, where you can't really taste any of the alcohol content, even though, like you said, we got 2 shots of rum in there.
Mm-hmm. But is it smooth?
It's very smooth.
What would you give it a score out of 5 for smoothness?
I'd have to give 5 for smoothness because there's no kick, there's no real
Punch.
I'm gonna get drunk off drinking trees.
So that's our time. I'm gonna give it another 5 as well because it is smooth. And after this, we'll do a special drink and our final thoughts.
Welcome back. We've finished mixing our specialty drink of Tattoo Rum with Sprite. It's actually if my memory suits, it's one of the ones that's on Captain Morgan's website for mixing with Tattoo. I seem to remember having this in the past, but I can't quite remember exactly what it tastes like. I have a good idea, but in case you didn't notice, the rum was full when we started and it's down to here. So I haven't had this in quite a while, so I can't really remember it. So now we're going to try that out. Again, it's Captain Morgan Tattoo with Sprite.
I've never tried this at all, so it's going to be an interesting experience. Cheers.
Cheers.
Did you put 2 shots in here?
Mm-hmm.
It's good, but I've had better. It's good, but I've had better. What does it taste like?
Like a steak.
Yes! It does! Grape like a stick. My goodness. Alcoholic grape like a stick. I can make a joke now, but I'm not going to. I don't know who's going to watch this video.
That's probably for the best. But yeah, it definitely, between the cherry and the lemon, the lime, and the caramel-esque, it really does give it that grape lick a stick.
You know what? I want a lick a stick thing, and I want to put it in here and stir it up and see if I want to see how that works. For another time, maybe.
Definitely.
You can't get tattoo in our province, can you?
No, you can't. I've only seen it throughout the U.S. I haven't seen it anywhere in St. John, even though I have kept a lookout for it.
You can call them and tell them.
I probably could, but there's only 3 Captain Morgans that I know of off the top of my head you cannot get in St. John. And it would be Tattoo, Silver, and Captain Morgan Long Island Iced Tea.
That's new, though.
No, it's been out for years.
Has it? But I've seen them advertising it on TV.
Been out for years.
Huh. Okay,
Anyway,
so
back to the rum we're reviewing. So, on the Grape Lick-a-Stick rum.
what do you give it for a score?
I can't give it a 5 points, can I?
No points.
Alright, novelty set aside, I'd have to give it a 4 because it is definitely a very sweet one. If you're only drinking like 1-2 of these, it'd definitely be really good. But it wouldn't be something that I'd sit down and, plan
Drink a
my
bottle.
drink of none.
Yeah. Same here. For that fact, I'm going to give it a 3. It's a good drink, don't get me wrong. But it's good. It's good shared amongst friends, and then you switch to your standards. Final thoughts on the tattoo as a whole.
As a whole, I think novelty-wise, it's very, very tasty, and yes, it is one of those things that I'd like to have constantly around, but it's not something that I would purposely go down to the U.S., spend a couple nights just so I could find a bottle and bring it home.
I think it'd be nice to have in your liquor cabinet to show a friend or two, but don't drink the whole thing in one sitting.
No, you'd be...
Besides drunk.
Your stomach would probably be kicking you just for the pure amount of sugar that you'd consume.
There's a lot of sugar in it. So for the final score,
I'm sitting at 74%.
out of 100, you gave it a 4, a 2, a 3, a 5, and a 4.
Yep.
For 8, 9, 10, 11...
13? Or, sorry, 18.
18 out
And
of
you're
25.
sitting at 17 out of
17
25.
out of 25.
So 74% out of 74 out of 100. So it's not bad, but it's definitely not the best rum either of us have had. But it's definitely a tasty little treat, like once
in a blue moon kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep. So saying that, thank you very much for watching the show.
And
Follow us on YouTube, and of course,
please remember to drink responsibly.
don't drink and drive. Cheers.
Rises way up, she rises early in the morning. Way up, she rises way up, she rises way up, she rises early in the morning.